everyone, it's Laura Myers for CMS-Connected at ProgressNEXT 2018, and I'm joined by Mike, the founder and CEO of nDash. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Perfect. So I was really excited when I heard about your business. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what it is?
Sure. So nDash is a content community platform. So we help large brands and large agencies scale the content creation process with some of the world's best freelance writers.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. And is it, so with the freelance marketplace, how would someone qualify to be a freelance content creator for you?
So the writers that have the most success on our platform are ones that have very specific subject matter expertise. So what I always like to tell people, it's very easy to find writers. It's sometimes very hard to find writers that understand your space or vertical really well. And that's kind of where nDash comes into play. So we work with a lot of B2B technology companies that need a writer that understands a certain technology or a certain industry or trend or something like that. And that's where we kind of provide a lot of value.
And when you were developing this company, I always like to ask people this, what was the gap or the need in the market that you saw that kind of inspired you to create it?
Sure. So I started the company, I was a freelance writer, just working with various clients. And what I found was it wasn't necessarily budget or resources holding them back, it was a lack of ideas. So the way I grew my freelance business was I found the companies that I wanted to work with and I proactively pitched them original content ideas. And that is a huge part of the nDash platform. So it's not just brands saying, all right, here's a couple pieces of content I need produced and I'll find somebody to do it. It's writers looking at the brands in the system and proactively proposing ideas. So it's an idea generation platform as well. And that was really the void that we were trying to fill.
That's fantastic, because that's kind of a different way to approach it, because like you said, they'll think of the content and then they'll see who wants it, but then you're kind of having that joint strategy creation or taking someone else's viewpoint of how they see that brand or that strategy and then pitching how they can help.
Yeah, it's good for these brands to get an outsider's perspective on trends in the industry. And what I found was, if I asked 10 companies, hey, do you need help with content creation? Almost all of them would say no. But if I proposed original ideas that they could sort of envision on their blog or envision promoting to their audience, the response rate was much higher.
That's awesome. I like that viewpoint. Now, with your experience in the content space, are there any trends that are really important right now that you would like to highlight, or are there any that you see kind of like out there on the horizon that you think are going to get bigger?
Yeah, I mean, I think the gap between technology and talent is one that companies are going to, start to feel that pain and start to want to address. And what I mean by that is there's so many platforms and so much marketing technology today. Like what these brands are capable of is amazing. Just in the last 5 years, the missing component to that obviously is talented people to make these systems work, to make these content platforms and marketing tools to actually deliver ROI. For a lot of brands, it's not always feasible to hire that talent in-house. So I think this idea of bridging the tech and talent gap is one of the things that marketers will be pretty top of mind for the next few years.
That's awesome. Well, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.